All your troops are now in France and the Germans are on the retreat. So, what do? Well, you coordinate with your best friend the French, and you launch an offensive straight through a forest and along a river. I'm of course talking about the Meuse-Argonne offensive. The Meuse-Argonne was the last offensive of the war. There would be no more after it, as this led to the end of World War I, the video of which I will be posting on Sunday. Now, the French and the Americans both pushed towards the Germans, who were now on the retreat, like I mentioned. But there was something in their way. This was called the Hindenburg Line. This was meant to be an impenetrable German defence, which was impenetrable. But it was really not impenetrable. With the equipment that they had, they just soared right on through and continued onto the forest behind, the Argonne forest. Little did the Americans and French know that the Argonne was basically a death house. Well, a trap house. It was filled with concrete bunkers, trenches, mines, railway mines, everything. This was made to stop the Allies. But the Americans soldiered in. And this is where one of the most famous tales of the American Expeditionary Force comes in. And this is the Lost Battalion. A battalion in the Argonne Forest that started being shelled by the Germans, but it wasn't the Germans. They were being shelled by their own artillery. The Germans were a few feet away, watching it all happen. Now, the Americans had to get something to base. They had to tell them, stop shooting us. How did they do this? Well, they had to do it via carrier pigeon. They set one up and they launched it, but the Germans knew they would do this, so they just shot it out of the sky. They tried again, and it fell out of the sky as well. But they tried a third time, this one with a pigeon named Cher Ami. And after taking a shot to the foot and having a busted wing, it still continued. One of its eyes were missing, but it soldiered on. And Cher Ami managed to get to the American base and delivered a note allowing the Lost Battalion to survive. Obviously, this allowed Cher Ami to get France's highest award. Now, there are a few tales in the Argonne Forest, one of which I will cover right now. So, one soldier, he's assaulting a German position. Obviously, the Germans dug in, the American has to move up. Now, the American is using all his shots, all his rifle rounds and all his pistol rounds, but he still can't get there, and he runs out of ammo. Now the German, he continues firing all his ammunition that he can, but he runs out of ammunition. And so, what does he end up doing? Well, he doesn't pull out his bayonet and start melee combat, no, he just surrenders to him. And says he was a hard-fought soldier, and that's it, he then got sent to a prison camp. So, as I say, the Meuse-Argonne offensive put so much strain on the German Empire, and the 369th Regiment, who I covered in the last video, was the first to reach the Rhine. Germany was no longer safe, and so Germany surrendered. So, that is the Meuse-Argonne in a nutshell. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I will see you next time for a very special event that must happen this year.